Fine. Proceed with this cursed trial. Excellent. Now, Your Majesty, could you tell us your activities on the day of the murder? My activities? Well, I started my day with tea and toast, as I normally do. I was dressed in my PJs at the time. I think you can skip ahead a little, perhaps to your arrival at the Louvre. Ah, right, of course. Well, my entourage and I entered through the Louvre's south entrance around 9 o'clock. We passed through the Salle du Tibre with little fanfare. At the Grand Gallery, I unveiled a new painting and gave a short speech to inspire the citizens who attended. That's when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain. He presented a rose which was taken by Major Howell, and well, I think you know the rest. Indeed we do, Your Majesty. Madames and messieurs of the court, what we have here is another testimony that establishes Prince Juan's guilt. And this is no ordinary testimony. It is the testimony of perhaps the most trustworthy man in all of France. Oh, you flatter me, prosecutor. But I am the trustworthiest in all of the kingdom, aren't I? I have no doubt, Your Majesty. Nonetheless, I would like to perform a cross-examination. How dare you doubt your king? The utter nerve! Oh, calm yourself, Judge. I have no qualms with standard legal procedure. Defense, please proceed. I want to see your best courtroom drama material. Select a statement. Yes. Okay, so... well, that sounds about right. Then we have this area, Grand Gallery, Prince of Spain. Well, I kind of want to ask about this because that's where we found the chocolate, right? Or the chocolate wrapping. Your Majesty, you say that you passed through the Salle du Tibre uneventfully. Indeed, we stopped briefly to look at the paintings and then moved on to the Grand Gallery. Could you elaborate? What did you see in the Salle du Tibre? What did I see? Well, Roman stuff mostly. I meant aside from the Roman artifacts, for example, did you talk to someone in the room who wasn't a member of your entourage? You're reaching, JJ. The king already testified that he passed through without encountering anything of interest. I have reason to believe that this was a key moment on the day of the murder. I want the king to elaborate on exactly what and who he saw. Then I suppose that you'll have to proceed, Your Majesty. Alright, let me think. So there was that giant doorstop, and there was that copper urn thing. Oh, there was something else now that you ask. I was offered a box of chocolates by some peasant mademoiselle. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but Major Howell was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf. What? Did I say something startling, prosecutor? No, please continue, Your Majesty. I think the prosecution is startled because he just came to the realization that I was not spouting drivel in the previous trial session. Well, that's debatable. To cut a long story short, Your Majesty, this mademoiselle may hold some relevance to the case at hand. Could you describe her? Really? She's relevant? Well, let me think. I didn't get a good look at her face, but she was a sorry-looking swan, probably in her late teens or early 20s. A young, sorry-looking swan, you say? I don't suppose her name was... Mademoiselle Signey. Signey? That sounds familiar. Why, yes, I think that was it. She was called Mademoiselle Signey. I see. This is undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Signey gave chocolates to Major Howell minutes before he died. Now, just 1 minute. I see what you are alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting that the gifted chocolates killed the Major. But that line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is circumstantial. Circumstantial, my tail feathers. The king just testified that Major Howell ate chocolates. Yes, that much is no longer in dispute, but you still have not proved that the chocolates were poisoned. Without that, we must assume that the swan was merely offering a gift rather than speculating that she is a murderer. Yes. Shame on you, defense. Implicating a poor innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting. Why, I ought to end this trial. Hold on. I do have evidence that the chocolate was in fact poisoned. I don't believe you, JJ. If you had a piece of evidence that significant, you would have slammed it down already. Present it. Well, I can't. It's not really the evidence folder type of evidence. Why am I not surprised? The drama was just getting good. Why did you all suddenly go quiet? Well, Your Majesty, it appears that the defense just had a realization of his own. That is, that he lacks the evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue with his argument, I believe the cross-examination has come to an end. I'm not done yet. Let me present my evidence. See, I had the chocolate wrapper back in my office and Sparrowson ate it. Stop, JJ. Stop while you still have a little dignity. The results of whatever crackpot pseudo-scientific experiment you performed do not constitute valid evidence. I think this trial is over, Your Honor. About bloody time. You may take your leave, Your Majesty. Very well. I'm pleased that justice has been thoroughly served. Until the next assassination attempt, adieu, messieurs. I will now deliberate with the jury. Objection! Sorry, I've always wanted to do that. Sparrowson, are you okay? Yup, the doctor said that I have an iron stomach. Most of the poisons passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I would like to testify on that poisoned chocolate issue. I even got a doctor's note. See? It's too late, the trial is over. You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn this entire trial on its head. You must allow it. Why are you constantly arguing with me? I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges. I told you, Your Honor, my job isn't to get a guilty verdict. It is to ensure that justice is served. I swear you are the worst prosecutor in all of France. Go ahead, Sparrowson. Read the contents of the note for the court to hear. This patient, Sparrowson, was submitted to Salpêtrière Hospital, where he displayed a variety of symptoms. These included profuse sweating, a rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poisoning, probably originating from the plant known as aconite, aka monkshood, aka wolfsbane. When we questioned the patient, he admitted to having consumed a discarded chocolate wrapper, potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of the patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. As a mental health professional, I believe this patient to be clinically... Oh, we can skip that bit. Oh, yada yada. Okay, here we go. Signed, Dr. Falred. Thank you, Sparrowson. I don't think I'll even need to question you. Between your note and the king's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered. Awesome. Wait, did you say the king is here? You can get his autograph later. Right. So, what happens now? Do I get cross-examined by the prosecution or something? To be honest, I see little to cross-examine. Do your damn job, prosecutor. Cross-examine that little annoying liar of a bird. Tear his testimony to shreds. Your Honor, he has a note signed by a medical professional definitively proving that the chocolate wrapper from the crime scene was poisoned. We could nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear it would be a waste of the court's time. Nobody wants that. So then what the hell do we do now? We do nothing, Your Honor. This poisoned wrapper has introduced an element of doubt into the case. The prosecution must accept that. But is the level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think the members of the jury will agree. JJ's evidence is still tenuous. Tenuous? A step above circumstantial. You have proven a link, a not wholly illogical link, but you haven't proved beyond doubt that Major Howell was killed by the chocolate. You're still making far too many assumptions. Where is the empiricism that is required by any good court of law? Where are the witnesses who can back up your claims? Oh, I brought along a witness. Maybe she can help. Oh, hello. You! Sparrowson, it's great to see you on your feet, and you have been an enormous asset to this case. But what are you trying to pull off now? Surprise witness! Surprise witness? Yeah, I remember you mentioning that Cocorico liked calling surprise witnesses, so I thought we would beat him at his own game. I brought the flower girl, Mademoiselle Signay, so that she can testify about Prince Juan's character. You're putting me in a difficult position, Sparrowson. Just moments before you arrived, we, the court, established that Mademoiselle Signay is a possible suspect for this case. What? That can't be right. Sparrowson, it's okay. Monsieur Falcon, I would like to testify. You want to testify? Do you understand what you're agreeing to? I do. I have accepted my fate. Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling upon Mademoiselle Signay as a witness? No, none. Bearing in mind, of course, that you are here to defend Prince Juan, not to convict Mademoiselle Signay. Prosecuting is my job. Of course. I have no objections either. Please proceed, witness. Speak the oath. The oath? Say that you swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I swear, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Good. Very good. Please state your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Catherine Marie Signay, and I'm a flower seller. Mademoiselle Signay, tell the courtroom of your activities on the morning of the 7th of January. Very well. I saw the king and his entourage enter the Louvre around 9 o'clock. I followed. When they came to a stop in the Salle du Tibre, I stepped forward and offered the king a chocolate. He refused, but a guard, a big dog by the name of Major Howl, was happy to oblige. The guard died because I, personally, had previously added poison to the chocolates. No, that can't be right. I used poison derived from monkshood, a notoriously dangerous plant. As a flower seller, it was simple to acquire. Why did you do it, mademoiselle? Why? Monsieur, people have tried to kill the king before, and people will try again. He is a vile man who has no respect or love for the people who suffer under him. I did it to better the French people. I don't believe that at all. Falcon, say something. Mademoiselle, are you being coerced or threatened? Speak freely. No, monsieur, I'm confessing out of my own volition. It is my guilt and nobody else's. Intriguing, pretty convincing. Oh, we gained a little favor. Well, defense, it looks like you wormed a confession out of this murderous pute. I suppose that gets your client, Prince Juan, completely off the hook. Lucky you. So, shall we wrap this court session up? No. No, not yet. I have further questions for the witness, Your Honor. Further questions? To what end? You've already proved your client's innocence. I wish to uncover the truth. You aren't here to uncover the truth. You're here to defend Prince Juan, and you've done that job with a disgusting level of diligence. Nonetheless, I believe the mademoiselle has omitted something of huge importance. I wish to question her further. Something of huge importance? I won't allow it. Fine. Can I at least show something to the witness? You and the prosecutor are a right pair of moralizing blowhards, aren't you? You're doing my head in. Fine. If it will shut you up, I'll let you show one magical mystery item to the witness. I can't imagine you'll have anything up your sleeve to change the flow of this trial, though. Monsieur Falcon, save it. I have nothing more to say. These. Please take a look at these, mademoiselle. Train ticket stubs. Look at the names. Papa and Maman. In Vienna? Really? Are they really safe? They are. The tickets were arranged courtesy of the fox. Then that means the wolf has nothing to hold over me. I can speak freely. Indeed. Go ahead, mademoiselle. What are you two muttering about down there? I'm amending my testimony, Your Honor. Members of the court, everything I've said today has been the truth. I did go to the Louvre on the 7th of January. I did present a box of poisoned chocolates to the king. Except it was not of my volition. I was threatened. I was forced to carry out the task under threat of harm. You see, my family has been struggling to get by. The winter has been harsh and my flower business has been struggling. One day a man approached me, a man I assumed to be kind-hearted. This man offered me 200 francs to get us through the cold, but I could not afford to repay the debt. When I attempted to bargain with the man and he offered me a deal, assist him with murder and he would drop all debts. Refuse and he would ruin me and my parents. I obliged because the alternative meant death for those I love. The name of the man who did this is Judge Romulus. Ha! What a creative story! This is obviously a last-minute desperate attempt at passing the buck. The sheer laziness of this girl to accuse a man she's never met before, she's blatantly floundering. Indeed, I've heard dozens of these self-pitying yarns during my time as a prosecutor. Although, admittedly, this is the first time I've seen a witness directly accuse a judge. Quite a brazen gambit. But in any case, these sorts of stories never turn out to be true. They're always proven to be fabrications born of desperation. I've never been more honest, monsieur. Listen, Mademoiselle Signet, I would like to believe your story, but accusing a man, a judge no less, of conspiring to murder the king is a hugely serious accusation. Do you have any proof to support your story? Proof? You say the judge lent you money. Then you both must have signed a contract when you made the transaction. That contract would suffice as proof. The contracts were all verbal. He said the money was a gift at first, and only later said that I had to repay him. Heh, how convenient. Of course, this supposed contract doesn't exist. The mademoiselle has no proof because the story is a blatant lie. Falcon, you have to do something. Do we have anything to link Judge Romulus to Mademoiselle Signet? A link, of course. Members of the court, I know for certain that the Mademoiselle's story is true. I can say with certainty that Judge Romulus has made contact with Mademoiselle Signet in the past. I know this because at this very moment I am holding a key piece of evidence that links Judge Romulus directly to the crime scene. The only thing I can think of is this pen. Falcon awoke upon with a fountain pen in hand, contains green ink. Because I don't see the books having anything to do with it, or the rose for that matter, or this. Let's try this one. I know this pen belongs to Judge Romulus. That much is obvious. But if I were to present it right now, it wouldn't prove anything. I have to find a link between the judge to the crime scene. What are you waiting for, defense? Show us this supposed evidence of my meddling. How did he... Well, not these and not the chocolate. Then there's the business card. Don't see that being part of it. Don't see the rose either. I have no idea what would tie him to it. Or could it be a person? No, it's not a person. No, we have to pick something here. Because I was thinking maybe someone could identify him, but no. Everyone, take a look at this. This item ties the judge directly to the scene of the crime. You're going to have to elaborate, JJ. How exactly does it do that? Oh, I'm not sure. Useless. You're wasting everyone's time, defense. They're stalling. What a buffoon. And we lost some favor again. I know I have something. Something that proves Judge Romulus had a hand in the crime. What on earth would that be? It wouldn't be the tickets. Then there's a book. There's the rose. Business card. Then there's the chocolate wrapper. Don't really see that. How can we still have that, actually? But it's just to be able to talk about it, I guess. I don't know. Well, we still have this. Can we use that? Everyone take a look at this. This item ties. Yep. No. You're going to have to elaborate. Okay, he's not sure. Oh god, this is going bad. I have no idea what would tie him to it. Let's try with the rose. No. Okay, that didn't work either. Oh boy. We're losing this. Enough! You're overstepping your bounds as a defense attorney, Falcon. You've clearly proven that your client is innocent by tracking down the real murderer. Your job is done. But Your Honor, I'm afraid the judge is in the right here, JJ. It's obvious that you want to exonerate this mademoiselle, and that's admirable. But it's also obvious that you don't have the evidence to support your claims right here and now. Let this go. The mademoiselle can defend herself in her own trial. So we're in agreement, prosecutor. We're ready to wrap this up. We are. I have no further questions for the defense of Mademoiselle Signe. Then I shall now converse with the jury to decide Prince Juan's verdict, although I suspect this won't take too long. Don't worry, Mademoiselle. We'll get you out of this. Won't we, Falcon? Sparrowson, you are clearly a caring individual, but this outcome is for the best. How? How the hell is this for the best? My parents are safe, that's all I wanted. Your parents? But what about you? Well, that deliberation was straightforward. We find the defendant, Prince Juan Querido, to be cleared of all charges. We therefore find the defendant not guilty. Not guilty, yay! Well, that was not a surprise. Your Honor, what will happen to me? You? Well, you haven't been formally tried yet, but fortunately for you, we have a free trial slot this afternoon. We should be able to determine your guilt by nightfall. You may even see the blade of the guillotine by tomorrow. How lucky. I see. You look scared, mademoiselle. Don't fret. They sharpen the guillotine blades regularly. And nobody here likes gallows humor? Whatever. Court is adjourned. Man. I think this is goodbye. Thank you, Monsieur Falcon, Monsieur Sparrowson. You did your best. It can't end like this. This isn't how I wanted things to go, Senor Falcon. No, me neither. We mustn't blame ourselves. You made an admirable effort to save everyone. What good is effort if these are the results I produce? Tell me, Senor Falcon, do you know why I hired you as my defense lawyer? I really don't. I hired you because I thought you were a lawyer with a philosophy, an ideal, and I stand by that. You are a man with a strong ideal, it's just unrefined, like an unpolished gemstone. I'm sure that given enough time, your ideal will become refined and you'll come to live up to your reputable family name. The Falcon name is reputable? I didn't know that. He's not talking about... Never mind. In any case, here's your payment. I don't deserve this. Keep it. I dragged you into this. It's only fair that I compensate you for your time. I think this is the last you'll see of Prince Juan. But feel free to come by R&M Associates if you need any help in the future, Senor Falcon. Impressive, JJ. You actually managed to successfully defend your client. Severin, are you going to be in charge of prosecuting Mademoiselle Signe? Probably. Why? Do you think you can get her a reduced sentence? For attempting to murder the king? I empathize with the Mademoiselle, JJ, but I'm not a miracle worker. No lawyer can save the flower girl now. Oh boy. I'm going to go get a drink. Yeah, me too. Yep. Okay, so I have no idea what it was we should have clicked on to link the honor. I still don't see how we could link the judge to anything there. But maybe that was intended. I don't know. Maybe we get a chance to defend the mademoiselle, or maybe we don't, as the judge is definitely pushing that trial up to get it over with really, really fast, right? So anyway, that is it for today, guys. So thank you for watching, and as always, do take care and happy gaming.